Hello friends, today we are discussing pothole formation. How potholes are formed on a road, what are the factors responsible for pothole formation and how can we prevent them. Potholes are bowl-shaped depressions in the road surface where the asphalt layer has developed cracks before breaking away under the action of traffic, creating a hole with rough vertical sides. They may begin with small cracks but can expand from just a few centimeters to up to a meter wide and a few centimeters deep. Potholes are formed by the presence of three elements: surface crack, water, and traffic. Bituminous surface layer provides not only a safe and durable surface but also seals and protects the lower pavement layers from the ingress of water. If cracks form in the asphalt surface, water is then able to seep into the pavement, saturating the subgrade beneath the road. This will then soften the foundation soil and lead to premature failure of the road. The presence of water can also lead to the pumping of fine subgrade soil particles up into the aggregate subbase and base layers, contaminating the aggregate and reducing its strength. Now, this is a subgrade which is in completely saturated condition and therefore it is in the weakest condition. When the wheel load comes on the surface of such road, then the soil particles will start pumping into the subbase layer and it will contaminate this layer, and if the soil is soft, then in that case these aggregates may penetrate into the subgrade also. In this condition, deflection due to wheel load will be very high and it will accelerate fatigue cracking of the asphalt layer. And this is visible at the surface as an alligator pattern cracking. Eventually, small blocks of asphalt breaks free and a pothole begins to form. There are four stages of pothole formation. The first stage is cracking of the road surface. The initial stage in pothole formation begins with the cracking of road surface, typically due to fatigue in the asphalt. The repeated strain at the bottom of the asphalt layer results in the initiation of fatigue cracks in the asphalt layer. And this strain depends upon the wheel load and thickness of the pavement section. If the pavement layers are not strong and stiff enough to take the applied level of traffic loading, it will deflect under wheel load, and the repeated strain at the bottom of asphalt results in the initiation and propagation of fatigue crack in the asphalt layers. These are likely to appear as alligator cracking, where the surface divides into regular or irregular blocks. But wheel load is not the only reason for pavement cracking. There can be several other factors like poor drainage. Water enters and remains in the subgrade below the road, softening the soil and potentially contaminating and weakening the aggregate subbase layer. Now, this erosion of the road foundation reduces pavement stiffness, leading to fatigue cracking at the surface. Aging of the asphalt. Over time, the surface of asphalt becomes harder and brittle and eventually cracks under the action of traffic. Third is shrinkage cracking. These cracks occur due to thermal movement or the presence of expansive clay in the subgrade soil. Reflective cracking, where a new asphalt layer has been laid over existing cracks, these will eventually reflect through the surface. And the last is utility works. Poorly filled utility excavation is also one of the major contributors to the pothole formation. After pavement surface has cracked, the second stage is water infiltration. Moisture enters the pavement structure through surface cracks, joints, or from poor drainage. As water infiltrates through cracks, it reaches the subgrade or base layers beneath the asphalt surface. Water weakens the subgrade by reducing its load bearing capacity. It now provides less support to the overlying layers. And then third stage is the traffic break down the pavement. Traffic loading begins to break up the fractured asphalt surface. Small blocks of asphalt are thrown out, initiating a pothole that then expands and deepens. Traffic-induced pumping action of water at the subgrade and subbase interface causes fine soil particles from the subgrade to contaminate the aggregate subbase, resulting in further pavement weakening and further increase in pavement deflection under the load. Then the fourth stage is stagnant water. Water ponding in the pothole after rainfall scours and ejects material under the action of traffic, rapidly expanding and deepening the pothole. Now, in addition to these four stages, the pothole formation can be encouraged or accelerated or aggravated by freeze and thaw weather also. Freezing and thawing cycles in cold climate can accelerate the pothole formation. When temperature drops, water in the pavement freezes and it expands, opening up cracks and bursting the asphalt around the pothole. This leads to faster development and deeper potholes. Several factors can contribute to pothole formation, but the most common cause of pothole formation is the loss of adhesion due to poor drainage. When water cannot drain properly, it can accumulate on the surface and seep into the pavement, causing the surface to weaken and develop cracks. It may be due to higher wires in the surface layer also. Heavy traffic. Heavy traffic will create more tensile strain in the bituminous layer, which can accelerate cracking of the surface layer. Extreme weather conditions. Potholes are more likely to form during extreme weather conditions such as prolonged periods of freezing temperature or heavy rain. Freezing thaw cycles in particular can be damaging to pavement as the water that seeps into the cracks during thawing can expand as it freezes, causing the pavement to break and creating potholes. Then poor road maintenance. Potholes are more likely to form on roads that are not properly maintained. Regular inspections and repairs such as sealing cracks, filling potholes can help to prevent further deterioration and reduce the risk of pothole formation. Substandard materials. Formation of potholes is aggravated due to use of plastic filler material in base course. Lack of proper bond between bituminous surfacing and underlying WMM layer can also cause pothole. Insufficient bitumen content can be another reason for formation of pothole. In dense graded mixes, potholes can be caused by due to too much of fines or too low of fines in the mixture. And finally, inadequate crust thickness. A thin bituminous surface which is unable to withstand heavy traffic can become the cause of pothole. Over time, the constant weight and stress of vehicles passing over the pavement can cause the surface to deteriorate and develop cracks. Potholes are more likely to form on roads with heavy traffic as the surface is subjected to more wear and tear. Now next is how to prevent pothole formation on a road. The first is increase the pavement stiffness. We can increase the strength and stiffness of a pavement by increasing the thickness of one or more pavement layers. Increasing the asphalt base layer thickness or the granular subbase layer thickness or both will increase the stiffness and reduce the deformation under traffic load. And that will enhance the road's ability to withstand traffic loads and reduce the likelihood of cracking. The second is accurate traffic load prediction. It is important to correctly predict the whole life traffic loading on the pavement, which is the accumulated number of standard axles passing through the design life. And that will ensure that the pavement can last long without premature failure. And the third is optimize pavement design. Instead of simply adding more material, design engineers can use a mechanically stabilized layer to strengthen the road while minimizing cost and environmental impact. By implementing these strategies, we can build more resilient roads while reducing the need for constant pothole repairs. Once the pothole has appeared on the road, then next step is to repair the pothole. And these potholes should be repaired as soon as possible to prevent additional degradation and costly pavement repairs. Here I have uploaded a video on complete procedure of pothole and patch repair work. Please do watch that video. We will have a brief discussion here. The material for repair of pothole should be as per ISC 116/2014, and this code allows use of cutback as well as emulsion. If cutback is used, then medium curing cutback bitumen of MC 800 grade as per IS 217 is to be used, and the bitumen emulsion recommended for patching are MS SS2 grade, or it can be tailor-made also as per IRC SP 100. When cutback is used, it should be treated with a proper type and amount of anti-stripping agent to pass through the wet coating test, static immersion test, and water resistance test. Now these three tests I have explained in my another video on patch repair. Coarse aggregate as usual will be of crushed rock, crushed gravel, or other hard material retained on 2.36 mm sieve. It should be clean, hard, durable, and cubical shape, free from dust and soft organic and other deleterious substances. Fine aggregate shall also be clean, hard, durable, and free from dust, and no natural sand should be used. The combined aggregate gradation for coarse aggregate fine aggregate should meet this requirement of gradation, and as far as possible, the aggregate water absorption value should be less than 1%. And the steps which are to be followed for pothole repair are that each pothole area shall be inspected, all loose material shall be removed, then cut or trim the area either with jackhammers or with hand tools such that all the defective material responsible for the failure is removed and it is in a regular shape. The edge of the potholes are often cut to create a rectangular or square shape with straight vertical edges. And this allows the repair material to adhere more effectively and prevents further cracking around the patch. Now this shaping can be done either manually using chisel and hammer, or it can be used by jackhammers or saw cutter also to give the shape. The pothole should be cut to a consistent depth, typically at least 50 mm deep, depending upon the severity of the damage. Then this step ensures that the repair material will provide adequate support and blend smoothly with the surrounding movement. This area shall be then thoroughly cleaned with compressed air to remove all dust and loose particles. There are four methods of pothole repair. The first is throw and roll. This is a quick but temporary repair method. After cleaning, cold mixed asphalt is thrown into the pothole, filling it slightly above the surface level. The material is then compacted using the tires of a truck or other heavy vehicle to level it with the surrounding pavement. This is a quick method, oldest and simplest method, but not a long-lasting method. Then second is semi-permanent repair. In this method, after cutting the pothole to a rectangular shape and cleaning it, hot mix or cold mix asphalt is placed in layers and compacted using a mechanical compactor such as a vibratory roller or plate compactor. Each layer of the asphalt is compacted until the repair material is flush with the surface of the pavement. The third method is full depth permanent repair. This is the most effective and long-lasting method. The entire damaged area, including the underlying base layer, is excavated to a depth of 150 to 300 mm. The base material is replaced or repaired, and then the pothole is filled with hot mix asphalt in layers which are compacted thoroughly. And the fourth method is spray injection patching. Now here a specialized machine sprays a mixture of asphalt emulsion and aggregate into the cleaned pothole without the need of compaction. The material is applied in layers with each layer being air blown into the place. So these are four methods which can be used to repair pothole. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you have any questions, you can write in the comment box.